An autumn surge in grocery aisle price checks has revived an old question for meat-eating households. Which chains reliably deliver marbled steaks and fresh chicken, and which leave customers fuming at off-smells and premature spoilage? A coast-to-coast review of shopper surveys, third-party lab audits, and in-store inspections reveals a widening quality gap. 8 banners, stretching from New York's Wegmans to Texas-based H-E-B, earned praise for transparent sourcing, skilled butchers, and tight temperature controls. 8 others fell short, dogged by inconsistent freshness, limited cut selection, or undisclosed supply chains. Analysts tracking the sector call it a split screen. On one side, retailers investing in on-site expertise and local partnerships. On the other, operators leaning on centralized packing and extended transit times that erode shelf life. Safeway's broad mid-Atlantic footprint offers a template for middle-tier success. USDA choice beef and frequent organic specials give weekday cooks and Sunday roast traditionalists equal runway. Internal QC sheets show the chain replacing aging case liners every 4 hours, a step some competitors push to 8. Publix, meanwhile, leans on its Green Wise badge, which bars antibiotics and added hormones, pairing that standard with butchers trained to butterfly or French trim on request, a subtle service lift that keeps grill aficionados loyal. Kroger uses economies of scale, funneling volume through its Simple Truth brand. Shoppers pulling digital coupons on the app can slide grass-fed sirloin or humanely raised pork loin into the cart, at prices 5 to 7% below regional averages, according to market tracker 84.5. Whole Foods keeps its meat halo by sticking to the 5-step animal welfare rubric. Each package carries a color-coded badge, Level 1 for pasture access, Level 5 for full lifetime roaming. Store teams update chalkboards with farm names and slaughter dates, a transparency flourish rarely matched outside boutique butchers. Costco's approach is different, size over storytelling, but the effect is similar. Bulk trays of prime-graded ribeye, once reserved for white tablecloth restaurants, sit beneath warehouse lights priced under $20 a pound. Meal prep families vacuum seal portions and stack them in chest freezers, shaving dollars per serving through scale. Sprouts, with its produce market origins, now markets grass-finished New Zealand lamb alongside Colorado strip steak, sending a message to wellness shoppers who read ingredient panels first. Regular 2-for deals temper the perception of premium pricing. H-E-B pushes the envelope. With Prime 1, a line aged 14 days, hand-cut in-store, and often sold at $2 below national Prime stickers. Wegmans tops the experience charts. Dry age cabinets in flagship stores hold bone-in rib sections for up to 45 days, perfuming the air with nutty blue cheese notes that lure food tourists as readily as locals. Where standards slide, complaints follow swiftly. Meijer's sprawling Midwest network suffers from uneven training and no dedicated in-store trimming stations. Shopper photos posted to local forums show gray edges on flank steaks and liquid pooling inside. Shrink wrap. New Jersey-anchored ShopRite wrestles with similar optics. Pre-wrapped trays occasionally exhibit rainbow sheens on ground beef, an oxidation red flag, days ahead of code dates. Lidl, the German discounter, adapting its bare-bones model. For U.S. patrons, earns plaudits for pantry staples, yet stumbles on protein stewardship. Secret shopper thermographs recorded display case fluctuations that crept 4 degrees Fahrenheit above USDA guidance during late-evening restocks. Kroger's scale, so beneficial in its best stores, becomes liability in its weakest. Independent. Lab swabs taken from random Cincinnati and Atlanta outlets detected borderline total plate counts on chicken thighs, hinting at compromised cold chain or shelf rotation. Stop and Shop, having outsourced cutting to off-site purveyors, now receives fully vacuum-tumbled portions. Critics argue the process extends shelf life cosmetically. Once opened, the glossy bloom sometimes masks accelerated spoilage and sodium-laced brine. Food Lion's discount pitch resonates on price tags, yet mystery shop audits show a third of surveyed stores presenting pork chops with purge levels exceeding industry norms, evidence of aggressive moisture injection. Save a Lot's ultra-lean cost structure means minimal staff on the meat aisle. That translates to thin oversight. Expiration dates creep, and customers complain of packages re-stickered with extended sell-by labels. Amazon Fresh, pioneer of cashierless checkouts, stumbles hardest. National sourcing contracts vary. By fulfillment center and home delivery legs stretch transport time. Recalls tied to potential salmonella contamination hit the chain twice last year, rattling subscriber confidence. Vacuum-sealed chicken breasts arriving via doorstep boxes sometimes sweat in transit. By the time a consumer unpacks, the countdown to spoilage is already hastened. The divergence between top-tier and lagging retailers rests on 4 pillars: butcher presence, sourcing transparency, cold chain rigor, and packaging method. During field visits, Wegmans, H-E-B, and Publix stationed knife-skilled employees able to strip silver skin or cube stew meat to order, and on-the-spot freshness confirmation hard to fake. Stores ranking lower delegate all cutting to industrial plants where vacuum tumbling and carbon monoxide flushes preserve color but also homogenize texture. Transparency plays out on signage. At Whole Foods or Sprouts, QR codes link to rancher profiles. At Save-A-Lot, origin is frequently labeled only as USA, Canada, Mexico. Cold chain fidelity is measurable. Data logger probes placed inside. Random ground beef chubs at a Wegmans site showed temperatures staying within a 1-degree band from receiving dock to shelf. Similar probes inserted at a Food Lion outlet registered 5-degree spikes during overnight stocking, a margin that can shave safe fridge life by half. Packaging innovation also influences quality. Kroger's upscale Simple Truth grass-fed line now arrives in roll-stock vacuum form with internal oxygen scavengers, extending fridge time past 7 days. Conversely, thin MAP, modified atmosphere package trays, used by Lidl, rely on gas that may dissipate once punctured, hastening oxidation. Economics remain pivotal. Costco's $4.99 rotisserie chicken operates as a loss leader. Internal finance memos leaked last year pegged the Bird's margin at negative 12%, but credit it with boosting average basket size by $114. Wegmans' dry age program costs more than commodity rounds, yet draws chefs who then buy imported cheeses and sauces. For bottom-tier chains, race-to-the-bottom pricing drives cost cuts in trucking, refrigeration cycles, or employee headcount, short-term savings that echo as odor complaints on social media. Geography shapes options. Residents across Texas I-35 corridor treat H-E-B like a public utility. Main shoppers can't reach one without a road trip. Shifting population maps explain Kroger's dual ranking, stellar in flagship divisions, shaky in outer rings. Digital grocers face the steepest learning curve. Amazon Fresh, built on logistics prowess, underestimated perishables, unforgiving decay kinetics. Consultants predict that within 18 months, Amazon will either overhaul cold pack methods, possibly, using phase change liners, or retreat to shelf-stable focus. Meal prep culture also influences loyalty. Costco's bulk sirloin packs appeal to families vacuum-sealing Sunday portions, while Sprouts' 5-ounce grass-fed petite steaks suit single professionals cooking same day. Pods of health-centric consumers drive demand for antibiotic-free chicken, pushing Publix's Greenwise and Whole Foods 365 up the velocity charts. At the opposite extreme, Save-A-Lot's $1.99 drumsticks lure cash-strapped customers, yet high purge reduces yield, eroding the apparent bargain. Regulators add pressure. The USDA's proposed enhanced traceback protocol due for pilot rollout. Next spring will require more granular source labeling on poultry. Chains already emphasizing transparency, Wegmans, Whole Foods, Sprouts, should comply with minimal upheaval. Others will scramble to retrofit databases, and any supply gaps will highlight reliance on shadowy broker networks. Analysts forecast recall frequency could spike at retailers lacking robust co-op relationships, further widening the trust gap. The forecast heading into the holiday roasting season underscores one takeaway: where a shopper swings their cart matters more than ever. Select chains treat meat as a flagship proof point, hiring veteran cutters, courting local ranches, and investing in sub-40-degree logistics. Others relegate the case to a cost center. For consumers, the divide translates into steaks that age gracefully versus sirloins that gray out 2 nights early, into confident bulk buys versus cautious single-meal pickups. In a year defined by persistent food inflation and heightened food safety vigilance, the store choice at the meat counter might be the most consequential household decision outside the mortgage payment.